Okay, so let's start today's class. In the previous class, we completed the chapter number 6, line and angles. In today's class, we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 7, triangles. We very well know about triangles from the class 6. We are studying about it. We have studied about triangles and their various properties in our earlier classes. We know that triangle is a closed figure, closed polygon made by the three lines, three intersecting lines. So that's why triangle is called this is called a triangle. The previous chapter is line and angles. Okay, so if this is a line, this is angle. Then the next step, if we will draw a line, then it will become a triangle. So after line and angles, we are studying the triangles. We know that triangle is a closed three-sided polygon. In a triangle, there are three sides, three angles, and three vertices. So that's why it is called a triangle. In our all the previous classes, we discussed a lot of properties of triangles, like H-Anderson property, extended angle property, and some other. In chapter 6, we have also studied some properties of triangles. In this chapter, we will study in details about the congruence of triangles. This is the main topic of this chapter. Rules of congruence, some more properties of triangles, and inequalities in a triangle. We have already verified most of the properties in our earlier classes. In this chapter, we will also prove some other properties. As for example, in the previous chapter, chapter number 6, we proved one theorem, that is the angle sum of a triangle is 180 degree. We could prove this theorem. Okay. So our this chapter totally based on the congruence of triangles. In class 7, we use some concepts of congruence of triangles. Okay, so in this chapter we also discuss in a very detail how can two triangles are congruent, what are the conditions for congruence of triangles, and what are some applications in this congruence property. Okay. Congruence of triangles. First, anybody reply, what is the congruent property? What is the congruent? What do you mean by the congruent? Anybody? Of any figure, not only the triangles. Then after we come to the congruence of triangles. Okay, if there are two figures and if we superpose one figure to the second figure, if they will completely cover to each other, then this property will be called as the congruence of figures. For example, if this is a square and this is also another square, if we will trace or superpose each other and if they will cover to each other, then this property is called the congruence of angles. But how can we identify without superposing, without tracing that they will cover to each other? So there is some property. By using this property, we without superposing or without tracing, we can find out the triangles or some figures are congruent to each other. Second, there is only one condition. If the shape and the size of any two figures are same, then they will definitely congruent to each other. Shape and the size must be the same for this property. Okay, so let's draw two triangles. This is first triangle. This is the second triangle. Give the name A, B, C, P, Q, R. Okay. If triangle ABC is congruent to triangle, the second triangle PQR, then we write how should we represent that there are two triangles congruent like this triangle ABC is equal to and one curved line the second triangle PQR. So if two triangles are congruent, this should be represent like this triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. Now, what is the meaning? If two triangles are congruent, which conclusion, which results we can identify or we can find out? There are some results. Then angle A is equal to angle P. If any two triangles are congruent, then their corresponding part will also be equal. Corresponding meaning if they have the same position. In the transversal and parallel lines, we discuss the corresponding angles. So same here, corresponding parts. So what is the corresponding angle to angle A? That is the angle P. The next is angle B is equal to the corresponding angle Q. The next is angle C. The corresponding angle is angle R. And also these are three angles. Now three vertices. P corresponding to Q. Sorry. A corresponding to P. Next B corresponding to Q. Next C corresponding to R. If we will superpose in a correct order, then P vertex come to the vertex A, vertex Q come to the vertex B, vertex R come to the vertex C. So they will cover to each other. And the third part, size. their side will also be congruent, will also be equal. What are the sides? AB congruent to PQ. Next, BC congruent to QR. The next, CA congruent to RP. One point we should remember when we are writing the sides, the order must be the same. For example, if I got AB and the corresponding side is PQ, but if I got QP, so this is the wrong. The side, the order of the points of the side should be correctly. So Has, we joined the class very late. This is now 1:15. You have the timetable. There is one note you have to be right. In next few exercise, few concepts, few questions, we will use a word very important, CPCT. Okay. The full form of CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. If two triangles are given congruent, or we proved, we saw that the triangles are congruent, then by using this, their corresponding part will also be equal. As I wrote here, if the triangles are congruent, then their corresponding part will also be equal. So we will use a simple word for this sentence, CPCT. This meaning corresponding parts of the congruent triangles. Okay, so if there any doubt till this step, kindly ask me. Some students are joining the class very late, like as Abhishek, Sohas. Please remember, otherwise I will not permit to you in the next class. Abhishek and Sohas. You have to join the class, all students, on time. Okay. Before continue the chapter, I am discussing is there any portion deleted from this chapter according to the revised syllabus? I hope some students already see. Okay, the chapter number 7. I am telling you the deleted portion. Which portion has been removed? Proof of theorem related two triangles are congruent if any two angles and the included side of one triangle is equal to the two angles and the included side of the other angle, means ASA congruence. This is one criteria. This has been removed. The second topic, triangles, inequalities and relation between angle and facing side, means inequalities in triangles. This topic also has been removed. So according to this, what is the revised syllabus? Triangles, Okay, so there are some theorem we will prove, and there are some also theorem we will use only the statements to solve some questions of exercise. Okay, after the class, all of you once again go through these revised flavors. Okay. Now we are going to discuss what are the criteria for congruence of triangles without tracing, without superposing. How can we find out two triangles are congruent or not? Criteria for congruence of triangles. Okay. The first criteria, axiom 7.1. P, Q, R, L, and N. First criteria, axiom 7.1. That is the SAS. SAS criteria means two triangles are congruent if two sides and the equivalent angles of one triangle are equal to the two sides and the equivalent angles of the other triangle. Taking two sides of this triangle, if two sides, okay, so if PQ equal to the corresponding side of the second triangle. What is the corresponding side of PQ in the second triangle? What is the corresponding side of PQ in the second triangle? Reply. Yes, this is Ln. So if PQ is equal to Ln, next SA angle. This is second side. So the Q angle is included by these two sides. So angle Q is equal to angle M, and the second side QR is equal to MN. हमें एंगल्स कौन सा लेना है? Which is included by the sides. Q angle is included by PQ and QR. So if these three parts are equal, three parts of one triangle equal to the same corresponding part, in this situation we can say PQ are corresponding to L and N. That's why this is called the SAS congruence criterion. The next is ASA. ASA congruence criteria. Okay, what is this criteria? Two triangles are congruent if two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to two angles and the included side of the other triangle. So taking two angles, I select P and R. Angle P is equal to corresponding to angle L, and corresponding included side is PR. So if PR is equal to ln and second angle is R is equal to n, then these three parts are equal, two angles at one side. So if we have these three parts equal, the triangles will be also congruent. Triangle PQR is equal to congruent LMN. The next is, if I got the side PQ, if I got side PQ and corresponding to LN, is this correct? Is this correct? PQ is equal to LN. Is this correct? According to this second criteria? Your reply, please. If I got PQ is equal to LN in place of PR is equal to LN, is this correct or not? Yes, not correct. Because we have to be select the side which is included by the angles. So our two angles are P and R. This is. So the included side is PR, not PQ. So we have to remember when we will use this property. This is the second. The next is AAS. This is the third. AAS. By mistake I have the triangles. That is AAS. In this criteria, two triangles are congruent if any two pairs of angles and one pair of corresponding sides are equal. So in this criteria, there is not mandatory the side will be included by the angles. So that's why this is ASA, means side included by the angles. But in this criteria, this is not mandatory. Side may be different also. So that's why this is named AAS. Any two pair of angles, any one pair of the sides. So I got angle Q is equal to angle M, angle R is equal to angle N, and one side PQ is equal to LN. So now according to this, two pair of corresponding angles are equal and one pair of corresponding sides are equal. So if we have these three points, these three values are equal, then the triangle will also be congruent. This is the third criteria. Okay, up to this step, if any doubt, kindly ask me. Up to this step, if any doubt, kindly ask me. We studied three criteria. First is SAS, the second ASA, the third AAS. We will use these three criteria to solve the questions of exercise 7.1. Okay. So we will start the new exercise in the next class because the time is over for today's class. So we are going to end today's class. Once again, thank you everyone. Have a nice day. Bye. You can now leave the class.